We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is One Zone Jones coming right back at you, pro wrestling related topic video, and I want to talk about African American wrestlers in the wrestling business. The WWE is doing a tribute to African American wrestlers for Black History Month. So I want to get my thoughts on that basically. African American wrestlers, probably not the most successful race in the wrestling business. Let's be honest here. You know, you have other races in the history of pro wrestling, such as, you know, Asian wrestlers, Hispanic wrestlers, Samoan wrestlers, those other races. Because, you know, those other races have had champions, you know, like really main evented, you know, champions, you know, like, let's be honest here, Jimmy Fly, Superfly Snuka, you know, a Samoan wrestler. And then you have the Wild Samoans, they were really successful. You know, there were so many successful Samoan wrestlers who were big stars and main eventers. Think about on the Hispanic side, you know, you had Eddie Guerrero, you have Rey Mysterio, Tito Santana, you know, and the list goes on, you know, with Hispanic wrestlers. You know, same thing with Japanese wrestlers, Asian wrestlers, rather I should say. You had a couple of successful Asian wrestlers, but African American wrestlers, they're not really, you know, really known for, you know, really like their huge success. Now, I'm not gonna say we didn't never have any successful African American wrestlers. You know, Booker T is one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time. Multi-time world champion, 5-time WCW champion, but he won 6 world titles throughout his career. You know, I remember when Booker T was main eventing WrestleMania, and I'm sitting here thinking, whoa, they're probably going to give Booker T the world championship. Now, he's going to go into a program with Triple H, the #1 heel in the business, and he's probably going to beat him. Like, I thought that he was going to beat Triple H for the title at WrestleMania. So that's why I ordered WrestleMania, because I literally wanted to see Booker T win the title, but that didn't happen. So there really aren't too many world champions who are African American. The first African American world champion was said to be Ron Simmons. So it's Ron Simmons. So when Ron Simmons came to the WWE, it was as if they completely forgot about that. You know, they completely changed Ron Simmons up. They didn't market him as, hey, look, this is the first world champion who was black, like the first African American world champion. No, they gave him like this like gladiator gimmick. He was sort of just like, you know, like a gladiator from like ancient Rome. But after a while, they changed that, and then they gave him a more stereotypical, you know, stereotype gimmick geared towards a black guy. Because, you know, most, you know, like when a black guy comes to the WWE, they feel the need sometimes to give them a stereotypical gimmick, you know, a stereotype gimmick. You know, rapper, gangster, some sort of like criminal, you know, the type of things that black people, I guess, is known for. So if it's not like something like a black athlete, like a basketball player, something like that, it's gonna be like a rapper. So like, look at R-Truth. R-Truth is a big example of a stereotype gimmick. Rapper. One of the things, like I said, you know, black people are known for rapping. So that's what Ron Killings is doing. Excuse me, R-Truth. That's what R-Truth is doing. Well, he's known as Ron Killings too. But sometimes, look, it's like that's just overblown. See, that's overblown, and I think that is wrong, and that never really worked. Like stereotype gimmicks, man, especially like if they're black stereotype gimmicks, they never work. Crystal Marshall, WWE diva, who was married to Bobby Lashley, former, you know, ECW champion and United States champion. He had a pretty decent run in WWE. Crystal Marshall, I remember Crystal Marshall got fired from the WWE because she didn't want to do, apparently, this is just a rumor, a racist storyline. This is what I heard about her. I heard she got fired, and this girl was so damn fine, man. I'm like, damn, like at one point, she was my favorite WWE diva, because you know how fine she was. Like, that girl was just fine, but they fired her apparently because she didn't want to do a racist storyline. So I do understand why she didn't want to do it because like why? So they sometimes have like that, like with black people, they have storylines like that. You had a couple of you had a women's champion who was black. I can't think of her name. Jacqueline. Jacqueline was the WWE Divas champion. And in her era, she was really, really stiff working. Like, this girl was really, really stiff working. Like, she'll beat the hell out of you. She'll pick you up. She'll slam you. Like, she was really, really tough. And she had big titties, too. So, Jacqueline, man, like, she was really, really tough. She was... she was with this group during the Attitude Era in the WWE called PMS. She did some manager work with Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat are really cool, probably the best African American tag team and one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So they were one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Booker T and Stevie Ray. They had a pretty good run at WCW. They won at least, I believe, 7 World Tag Team Championships, throughout their career. And you have a lot of other black people like The Rock. Even though The Rock to me comes across more of a Samoan guy than he does a black guy, he is technically still black because, like I said, he's half black. He might be the most successful black wrestler throughout the history of the business. Because, like I said, here's the guy who got compared to Hulk Hogan as far as his star status. He constantly went at it with Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was his rival. Like, Steve Austin was his rival, man. And he won the title on multiple occasions and is still relevant. Probably, matter of fact, The Rock is more relevant than he was back in the Attitude Era. Like, let's be honest, that guy is a way bigger star than what he ever been when he was younger in the WWE. So The Rock may just be the guy who is probably the most successful black wrestler, even though I feel like he does lean towards more of his Samoan heritage than he does his black heritage. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. But if we was going to say who is the greatest black wrestler of all time, it would have to be The Rock, even though he's half black, and even though I do feel like he leans towards his Samoan heritage more, he is still black because he's half black. So he does have black in his blood. His father, Rocky Johnson, was one of the first. I shouldn't say one of the first because that can only be one. Was the first black African American tag team world champions with Tony Atlas, another African American wrestler. Both these guys were the first black tag team. Excuse me. And I don't think they did really anything with those titles, even though after they became that, because because they're not really one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They had a great moment, but they wasn't one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Like, at least in my opinion, like what did they really do? The Junkyard Dog. I didn't watch the Junkyard Dog's era. His time of wrestling was before my time. I wasn't born like around the time when he was wrestling. So, and even when I did get born, I was like too young. But the Junkyard Dog, from what I hear from the WWE, like they say that he was one of the more popular guys. So it's hard for me to say how popular he was exactly because I wasn't born and damn sure wasn't watching wrestling in his time frame. So, I just want to share my thoughts on, like African Americans in the pro wrestling business. They don't have really the best track record compared to other races like, Asian wrestlers, Samoan wrestlers, most definitely. But there are more African American wrestlers in the WWE, probably more than ever. And I do think that's a good thing. It's cool. Just make sure we don't make them look stupid. Just, with the whole stereotype thing, that shit don't work. It really doesn't. So, those are my thoughts on that. This is Warzone Jones. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out. Deuces.